back to another painting episode, and today it's finally series 2. It is series 2 now, so we finally, after like a year, we're finally at series 2. So now we're gonna do a very fun little painting. We're gonna have all the colors be run across the screen, like about right here, and I'll show you what I got. I got an 18 by 24 inch canvas, horizontal, and I grabbed black acrylic and I painted a little foreground and some little trees. And then I grabbed very little liquid white, and I went across the sky, and I went down here across the trees very lightly, because if you put too much, you're not going to see it because white's very opaque. Here, same thing. I did a little bit because we're going to have some water here, and here is just, I don't know what this is. But the acrylic is dry, this liquid white is not dry. So keep that in mind, the liquid white is not dry. So we're gonna go into phthalo blue and a little bit of Prussian blue, just to darken it a little bit. We're gonna come in here and let this liquid white blend. Let this liquid white work. Let the canvas work. You have the fun. And across the trees, once again, go very lightly like this across. If you apply too much pressure, it's going to be all over it. I'm gonna actually down here, I'm gonna add a little bit. This little line right here, it's a little too distinct. I'm just gonna blend out all these areas that are very distinct. Right there, same thing. And there. And now we're going to go into a little bit of phthalo green. Little bit. Tap very little into the bristles. Maybe a little more. Very, very little phthalo green. Very little. Grab too much, it's not going to work. Grab this phthalo green and go right here. Right here. Just go across. This is where the water is going to be. And in my mind, when I want to touch this with blue, it'll turn a very nice blue color. Anyways, let's begin with some distinct trees that we can actually see in the background. Okay, so what I'll begin is Prussian blue, midnight black, Van Dyke brown, some crimson, a little bit of sap green. We'll go right over this phthalo color, it don't matter. And some phthalo green. And this is a good pile of color. See, look how much that is. It's a lot of color. And we're going to use this mixture throughout the painting. Just a little bit there. And now we're going to grab a fan brush. And we'll go right into this mixture. Like this. See, just like that. Get the edges. And we'll come here and make little more distinct trees that we can see. Because let's say we're going to have some land down here. So if we're going to have some land, we're going to need some trees. Maybe, oh, yeah, that's a little, if you don't like the trunk, if it's too thick, you could just, boom, trunk gone. Trunk is gone. Maybe right here, there's a little crooked one like that. Like that, see? Maybe there's another one right here. There. And right here we'll have like a little edge. We'll go like create a little trunk. Boop boop. And there. Now these trees are still not extremely close, so keep that in mind. Home, spend more time on these trees. Make them a little more detailed. I have to hurry up here because I have a time limit. I can't sit here all day and show you trees. I gotta hurry up a little bit because no one's gonna watch a 1 hour video of me painting. They probably watch Bob Ross, but not me. And then put little trees here. I'll put a little bit of a bigger one in here. And maybe there's a really crooked one right there. And just there. And down here, it doesn't matter. We can just, we haven't cleaned the brush yet. A little bit into this dark color, and we're just gonna grab the 2-inch brush and just sort of tap in a little grassy areas there. All right, now you can grab that same color and just go across, and there we have some nice reflections. Maybe a little more right there. There. Now, what I think we need to do is grab another fan brush. We're gonna go into titanium white with the tiniest, just a little look. Just a little look at this. Just a little tiny beep into the color. Very, very little. Just a little bit. Okay? And grab some blue. Don't want too much blue. And put a little bit of liquid white on. A little bit. Little bit. Alright. Now we'll come up in here and just, this is gonna be our little waterfall here. Coming along, taking life easy. They have the good life. A little more liquid white. It's a little too thick. It has a good life. He has a good life. He just I'm gonna go over this a little bit with the brighter color. Back here we'll go just right under the little line. Just right under it. Alright, and then maybe right here just you can just, if the noise doesn't work, shoot, you can use any other noise. If mine doesn't work, create your own little noise, or you can use I like making little noises. It helps me. It helps me imagine it better. Alright. Now I'm going to grab a 1-inch brush and make little upward strokes like this. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of the clean white. A little bit under the 1-inch brush. I just grabbed a little of this tubed white and put it up here. And maybe the least little amount of liquid white. A little more titanium white. There, that's what I'm looking for. Now this wouldn't have a very, very big, humongous splash. I don't think it's gonna have that big of a splash. And you grab a 2-inch brush and just very light. And we're going to come back with this brush and come in here and just, it's going to come down here somewhere. We don't care. And when you do this, let it pick up some of the phthalo green. Creates very nice effects when you pick up a little bit of the phthalo green. We don't know where this goes. There might come down all the way here and just big waterfall. We're gonna have to paint that in a future episode. And it just doesn't matter here. You could just paint it anything. All right. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna grab a 2-inch brush. Going to cad yellow, pure cad yellow, and little bit of sap green. Actually, maybe like that touch before, like that least little touch. Remember, because phthalo green is, I think it's a little stronger than sap green. I'm coming here and just here. How about we add a little liquid white to help this stick? Because a thin paint sticks to a thick paint. The thinner your paint is, the easier it's going to stick. Now remember that's always a golden rule in this technique. Look at that. It sticks much better and it appears a little brighter. See that? Look at that. You can make this any way you want. It can be all raggedy. And I'm going to come here and clean up the little grassy edges with a little bit of this color. Just clean it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of that green color down here just to splash it up a little bit. Considering this is a waterfall and there's splashes here. Okay, now what I think we need is a little land area here. So, you know what? First, let's highlight the trees. I want to highlight the trees right now. That's what I feel like doing. I feel like highlighting the trees. Beat the devil out of it. Go right into it. I'm gonna grab a little more cad yellow, a little more of the sap, a little more of the what was it? Phthalo green. A little more liquid white, just so I can have paint on the brush, so this brush can be loaded. There, very bright green. If you want to dull it, grab a little bit of bright red, because green and red make brown. You just come up in here any old way and just drop in some little highlights. It's not going to be perfect. But now look, see, now you have these little tiny distant trees that just look like super far away. Not really super far away, but they look pretty distant. They're not very close. I'm gonna come here and just gonna highlight this big tree. Big tree. A little bit of yellow ochre. And if your color gets too dark on you, grab a little more liquid white. And then come back and your color will stick even easier. But make sure your color isn't completely white, because then it's gonna look like you just splashed up puddles of yellow paint on the trees. And don't cover up all your dark. Leave some showing. Okay, now I'm going to clean all these brushes. I have a bunch of dirty brushes that I'm going to clean. Wash this 1-inch brush. Make a mess. I'm going to clean this brush with the blue on it. We may use it. There we go. This brush, we're gonna use it. And this brush with the bright color on it. I'm gonna wash this. Wash it. I'm gonna real quick check how much time's left. Ooh. We gotta hurry up a little bit. I don't want this to turn out very long for you guys. All right. What I'm gonna do is into this dark color, right into it. Doesn't matter. Just really tap it. Tap this dark color. You know, I'm gonna mix up a little more. I'm gonna some more Prussian blue, some more midnight black, some more Van Dyke brown, some more crimson, some more sap, some more phthalo green. It's a lot of color. It's a lot of color. Doesn't have to be very well mixed. Okay, we're gonna grab this color on the brush, tap it out somewhere so you don't have that much paint on here. All right, touch the wire. Okay, so we're gonna have rocks here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tap in a little base, little base here. Just a little something here. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be any old way that you want. It's just gonna be just a raggedy old barn sitting back here having a good time. And we're gonna have rocks here, so don't worry about this right here, because we're gonna have rocks there. A little more. There. Okay, so now we're gonna grab this color with the yellow on it. And we're gonna come in here and see, now it looks like a 2-inch brush. That's why you have to tap it a lot, so it doesn't look like a brush. It's gotta look like natural grass. Like if you just here, this is a mistake. If you go like this, because now look, it looks like brush strokes. You have to come in here and come in rows and go over it one more time, like do, and come back, and then start on the next layer. A little more liquid white. It's getting a bit too dark. A little more of that color. Now if it gets too bright on you, a little bit of brown. I mean bright red, not brown. A little bit of bright red. Dull it a little bit. Whew, sparkler, sparkler, sparkler. That is not what I'm looking for. We're gonna need to green this up a little again. We're gonna need to green it up. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of sap green. There we go. Back to green. Green. Tap it, tap it, tap, 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 tap. Tap this. You can absolutely tap the devil out of it, which is a thing to tap the devil out of it. Okay, Van Dyke brown, pure Van Dyke brown. And right here, just, it doesn't matter. Little cliffy things that just live back here. A little bit of dark sienna for a little more color. Oh, whew, I grabbed a lot. Well, I'm gonna add some midnight black and a little bit of Prussian blue, just so I have a little more color in here. Actually, I'm gonna grab some of this dark color. I can use that. And we're gonna have these little rocks here. And start from the farthest one. Lay out your farthest one and come forward. And once you have that, make some dark sienna and white. I'm gonna grab all this white. Geez, I'm really running on white. I can grab a little liquid white. That's just like normal. If you don't have enough white, just pop in some liquid white and you're good. Come here and just drop some little highlights in. There. And you can grab this brush with the color, with the waterfall color on it, and clean these edges up. But be careful. It will turn brown on you. Here. Just so I can make this easier for you. So I'm going to scrape out a little bit of the brown. so we don't pick up as much. Because brown and blue don't go together. Brown and blue don't make a very nice color. So try not to mix it too much. It can be reflections. It can be reflections of the rocks. It can just be reflections. All right, now this grass, we need to sort of pat it down, tap it down. See? But come here and just tap it out. Really, really tap it so it doesn't look like it's just on top of everything. If it's getting a little too brown, a little more white. A little more of the white. Brighten it a little bit. Make it stick a little better. Just clean up the brown. There we go. We could just whatever. More phthalo. You know, if you put blue in yellow, it makes a sort of a fake green sort of color. So now we're gonna have a little cabin. So we're gonna scratch in a little house. It's gonna be a big house. Scratching in paint. A lot of paint. Just gonna be a big cabin. Big cabin. Big cabin. Alright. I'm gonna grab this color, the dark sienna, because I have no other color. And I'm gonna mix it with the black a little bit. Turn it to Van Dyke Brown. Turn it to Van Dyke Brown. Turn it to Van Dyke Brown. It's gotta be even darker. There, that's what I'm looking for. Nice base color. We're gonna come in here and make sort of a nice reddish brown. It's always a nice color. I like these reddish brown colors. They're very nice. If you have too much, scrape it, put it back down on your palette to use it. Try to push it all to one edge so it looks a little better. Okay. And then we're going to grab some crimson. A lot of crimson. And come up here and just drop in some little shingles. If you don't have enough crimson, grab some bright red. They make beautiful shingles together. Bright red and crimson make beautiful reds. Like at one point there's like a darker red, and at one point there's a brighter red. Makes it look interesting. I'm gonna grab all this. I don't have much color left. Come here and helps to whistle. It helps you. I don't know what the trick is, but I gotta get some doctor to explain that to me. I can't get a doctor on the show. It's not really a show. It's more like a YouTube series. That red is really poking out. What I'm gonna do now is this. Make it look like it's hanging over, because I don't want that to be overcoming that. I'm gonna grab this color as a liquid white. I have nothing else. Oh, forgot red in there. I don't want any red. Look like an old shaggy barn. In my mind, not much highlight's going to be hitting here. So I'm not going to have that much there. All right. I bet you like $80,000 that, oh God, time's running out, isn't it? Yeah, it is running out. Okay, well, I need to hurry up a little bit. I'm gonna grab this. Oh, I grabbed the red. That was not supposed to happen. Actually, I'm gonna go into a little bit of, I'm just going to straight liquid white. I don't care. I'm just gonna go into straight liquid white and just try to fix this. And when you do this with a 2-inch brush, be very careful. If you have red, do not pick it up. You pick up red, you're gonna screw it up. And you certainly don't want to screw up a painting you could have sold for like $50 or something. All right. Cabinectomy. I'm gonna shorten it a little bit. Like that. Yeah, that's what I want. A little shorter. Now what I'm gonna do is grab a little bit of this and scratch in. I'm gonna scratch in some little thick little cracks. Sound is very unpleasant.
You need the light on now?
No.
Be right back, okay?
Alright. And just put a little door. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this green and that's just someone I know. His name's Chris. He's really a nice guy. All right. I forgot to put the path in. I don't want to be forgetting. Oh, did the dog do something? I hope not. I'm gonna need more brown. I am gonna need more. Yeah. Give me a second while I put more brown on the palette. I'll get a little Van Dyke brown. I gotta hurry up, bro. A little Van Dyke brown. A little more. And I'm gonna put some more dark sienna for later, for the highlight, and some titanium white. I need to get more paint. I don't have any more titanium white. I'm gonna need to get some. I'm gonna need to get some titanium white. Titanium white. Yeah, that's really a trademark name for white. White. My hands are dirty. All right. Come from the other side. Wipe the knife off. White and dark sienna. Little roll of paint. Like that. All right, now, final step of this painting. Just smooth it out. Just put the path, settle the path into the painting. I'm gonna put a little sap green in this. I want it sort of sappy green, sort of greenish. There. And I think we're so this is what I am planning to do. I'm gonna skip the signing from now on, in my painting is I'm going to skip the signing because it's just going to rob me time. So in the picture you'll see, in about like 30 seconds, you'll see the picture of the completed painting with my signature. So yeah, happy painting, goodbye, see you in the next episode.